Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Access. In this module, I want to show you how you can do calculations at form level. So in a previous video, I've shown you how to do calculations at query level, but this is forms. So I've got a price there of £250 and there's 10. I want a calculated field here to tell me what the total value of that is. Now to do it, you need to go into design on your form. So if I go into design on this, and we need to look at the controls area at the top, and what we need is this AB button, and I'm just going to draw a rectangle over here, fairly big, and I'll resize it later on. So once that's on the screen, you need to use the equal symbol to get going. Now when you refer to fields in Access, you have to put them in square brackets. So this is a simple one, so I'm going to go square bracket price times quantity, square bracket QTY quantity, and then I'm going to click away from that, and then I'm going to run that to see if that works. So that has come up with the right answer. It's not formatted to currency, which I need to do, so I'm happy with that. I'll just go back into there and I'll set that to currency. In fact, I'll also change the label to be sales totals, total sales total. Get rid of that W. And then I need to set this to currency. So if I go get the property sheet up, you've got the format options, and then you can select currency from there. Just type C, it'll come up with currency, and then you can just position this wherever you want it to be, and you can now resize it. Like so if I have a quick look at that, that should be in currency, and there is. So if this changes, I'll just put that to 11, press tab, you can see that automatically updated, so that's working fine. Now, you can also use functions in forms and queries and reports, but I'm going to do it on a form. So I'll go back in there, and I want to give this person a bonus if the sales is over a certain amount. So if the sales are greater than, say, 2,500, which they are at the minute, I want them to have a bonus or a discount, whatever you want. Same process. So you click on AB, you draw a rectangle, fairly big, just in case you're doing a typo. Now the function you need for this is the if function, the IIF as it is in Access, immediate if. So you still start with equals IIF, open a normal bracket, and then you have to do a test. So there's three parts to an if statement. A test, what to do if that test is true, comma, what to do if that test is false. Now before I go on, what I've got to do is this, I'm going to look at this cell here. Now I need to name this so I can refer to it in this test. So what I'm going to do quickly is just get rid of that and name this. So I've got it clicked, and I'm going across to properties, and you've got name there, labeled name, and etc. So where it says name, I'm going to call it value, and then just I can refer to value in my if. So if I go equals IIF, open the bracket, so I can go, still has to be in square brackets even though you've named it, square bracket value. So if the square bracket is greater than 2,500, you don't need to put the pound signs or commas or full stops, comma. If that is true, what am I going to do? I'm going to give them a bonus of 10%. So I'll go value inside square brackets, value times 0.1, comma, and if it isn't true, nothing, 0, and then you close the bracket, and then you click away and see if that works. Have a look. So it's got 0 there. I need to just check that. Why has that got 0? So go back into it, and I've done a typo. I've done 25,000 instead of 2,500, 2,500. Click away. So that should be a bonus of 10%. There you go. and then that needs to be formatted to currency as well. If you go to format and then click at the top there, just type C for currency, that'll be in currency, and the title for it needs to be bonus, like so, and then you can resize that. If you're not confident typing out the formulas like this and not sure about the syntax, you can do the expression builder method. So what I'm going to do is just repeat these two, but use the expression builder. So I'll go for AB again, draw a rectangle. So I'll do the top one first. What you have to do is get yourself into the properties sheet. So I'll come off this, go back into it, property sheet. And then you need to be on the data tab where it's got control source. So normally you would drop the arrow down and select a field, but you can also click on these ellipses, which will open up the expression builder. And then you have got the fields here. And it's just a case in this example of double clicking on what you want. Not that one, not the label, the price. Double click on the price, do times, and then double click on quantity, and that's all you have to do. Price times quantity, click OK. It's not formatted, but just have a look. It's the same figure as that one, so that's okay, that worked. And then the if function, just slightly more involved. If I get myself a AB again, draw myself a rectangle, go across to properties onto the data tab and click on the ellipses for the control source. So now I want a function. So I actually do know the syntax, but if you didn't, you've got function button here. So I'm going to click on that and then built-in functions. You can see there's quite a lot of functions here. If you scroll down to where it says program flow, that is where the immediate if is there. Double click on that. It puts all the information at the top there, which you can get rid of because you're going to put your information there. You need the brackets still, so just make sure you get rid of all the bits and bobs in between, like that. So you need an open bracket, and then you need the test. So the test is not sitting here. You've got your functions here now, so you've got to get yourself back over to this left hand side and click on the name of the form query fields details, that one. Click on that, and then you can see all your fields again. So down the bottom is the one that I named value, so you double click on that, puts that up there, and then you're doing the same thing. Is greater than 2500, comma, and then if that's true, in square brackets, value times 0.1, comma, if it's false, 0, throws the if. So it's the same as what you did before, but this time you're using this expression builder to achieve it. Click OK to that, have a look. So when you have a look, everything is the same as the two that you did before. So it's all working correctly. I'll go back into design. I'm going to delete those two because I don't need them. And then you save the form. I haven't saved any of this. Save the form and then have a look at your form, and then everything is ready to rock and roll. So that's all I want to talk about in this little session, how you can create formulas or functions or use functions on a form. So hopefully that's of use. Thank you for your time. I'll catch you in the next one.